cat hailed a hero after saving baby from abusive babysitter. Hello, I am Wade and welcome to WatchZozo. While there are a lot of stories about dogs being heroes and saving people, it's time to let the cat shine too. Not all animals are the same, irrelevant of the species, so when their owners are in danger, they do their best to save and comfort them. Take for instance a cute tuxedo cat that saved her family's baby from a babysitter. That young woman never saw it coming. Whereas the dog is man's loyal companion. We all know cats are those spoiled friends that show their love only when they feel the mood. Cats' strong personality is what makes us fall in love with them. However, this cat is unique. It doesn't matter if you're a cat or a dog person. Both species have their own ways to show us their love, and when it comes to protecting you, cats are not exactly good at doing that. But this adorable black cat helped her little human friend expose an abusive babysitter. Since the family discovered that the babysitter was a terrible person, they hailed the precious ball of fur a hero. Let's see how they realized what the nanny did and how the cat helped them find out the truth. Ever since Mary and Daniel learned they would have a baby, they were very excited about their new family member. Even the family cat Zara wanted to meet baby Ollie. And once she saw him, she meowed until the couple just had to let him cuddle. For Zara, meeting Ollie was love at first sight. Also, he was the perfect little human that would nap with her. So, this happened for more than a year and a half since Ollie was born. Wherever you would see Ollie, you knew Zara was around. Mary was ready to go to work after 9 months of staying home with Ollie. She needed a nanny to help to care for the baby while she was at work. However, she didn't trust anyone, so she turned to a family friend. At 21 years old, Elijah was going to help Mary, or so she thought. The young woman was a family friend, and knowing she had no job yet, the money would be more than welcomed. Plus, they knew each other, and Mary knew Ollie would be in good hands. However, things seemed to change soon after Mary started going to work again. Ollie's behavior was different as weeks passed, and the parents had no idea what was happening. Mary and Elijah were practically helping each other. The mom would be able to go back to work and Elijah would get the extra money. It was a good solution, thought Mary, but it wasn't. The first time Elijah had visited Mary and Denny's was when the cat Zara joined the family. The cat always loved to snuggle on strangers' lap, and Elijah was no exception. However, something changed after Elijah became Ollie's nanny. Was the cat jealous on Elijah? The nanny explained that maybe Zara was aggressive because her clothes had a dog smell on them. But as days passed, Mary and Daniel realized even the baby acted strange. Ollie had always been a laid-back baby, nothing too loud seemed to scare him. But one day, as Mary yelled at Daniel, who was in the living room, Ollie seemed to flinch. As the mom reached out to calm him, her baby flinched again. It seemed as if Ollie had reasons to flinch, but Mary thought she was paranoid. What if Elijah was hitting her baby? Was Mary imagining things? Then the next day she came home, her baby had a swollen lip. Far too many things had happened since Elijah became Ollie's nanny. Apparently the baby's swollen lip was caused after he hit himself with a toy. But Mary and Denny's decided to check on the nanny, just to be sure things were all right. They weren't. The parents didn't have time to buy a couple of nanny cams and install them fast, so they just bought a small recording device. But where should they put it? Ollie's clothes couldn't hide it, especially if Elijah would change them. Then they looked at Zara. Zara was going to be the perfect spy. She was already everywhere where Ollie was, so the cat was going to help them solve the mystery about Elijah. In a recording, Mary and Daniel heard Zara meowing at Ollie and the baby trying to meow at the cat back. It was too funny. Then they heard Elijah. After the meowing, Mary and Daniel, who were in their car several minutes away from the house, heard Elijah's voice. Suddenly, Ollie starts crying, and how does Elijah react? Instead of using a soothing voice or showing him a toy, Elijah can be heard yelling at the baby. "Shut up! Shut the up! Shut up!" She yelled as baby Ollie keeps crying. Meanwhile, Zara could be heard on the speaker as she hisses at the nanny. "You gotta get over it," yells Elijah at Ollie, cussing at the cat. Instantly, the parents rushed home to catch Elijah, but when they got home, everything was fine. They'd only had the recording, which wasn't enough for a police report. Elijah pretended everything was fine and the parents did the same. They claimed they forgot something for work and left again. However, they didn't go back to work that day. Instead of going to work, the parents took the day off to buy a couple of nanny cams and install them in the living room and in the baby room. The next morning, everything was set up. All they needed was proof, and unfortunately for Ollie, they have enough of it. Before recording Elijah, Mary and Denny's filed a police report after finding blood on their baby's pajamas from the time when he cut his lip. Without recording or footage of the abusive act, Elijah wasn't charged. She had no idea the couple was slowly discovering her darker side. Planting the cameras, the parents got ready to leave the house and counted on Zara to do her job. Things were a lot worse than Mary imagined. Not even 15 minutes passed, and Elijah would reveal her true self, this time in front of the hidden camera. As soon as she watched the live footage, the parents called the police and drove home as fast as they could. Elijah had completely lost her mind that day. Here's what the mother recalls in an interview with the media. "When I watched the video, she was screaming at him, telling him to shut up, sitting on top of him," said the mother with tears in her eyes. Mary had never thought that her good friend was that evil. Looking at the footage, Mary said she felt instant anger and disgust and rage, honestly. It was obvious why. Her baby was being abused by someone she had once trusted. "I turned my car around immediately and came home," said Mary. She couldn't believe this was Elijah's true face. She said, "Is something going on with him?" And I said, "I don't know. You tell me what's going on here." She became defensive, recalled Mary. As soon as they confronted the abusive babysitter, the police arrived at the scene and arrested Elijah. She was charged with child endangering and had to face the court. What were the consequences of her actions? Elijah had to attend counseling and anger management or face jail time. She was no longer allowed to be a babysitter. Meanwhile, Mary and Daniel were still marked by what they had found out. The parents decided to no longer rely on strangers when it came to taking care of their baby boy. It seems friends were not exactly trustworthy. So far, the best babysitter Ollie had was Zara the cat. The good thing about this terrible story is that Elijah won't ever babysit again, and that she is getting counseling. Meanwhile, Ollie doesn't remember those awful weeks, and Zara is always next to him, being the best nanny ever. Without Zara's strange behavior and help by being the spot cat, maybe Mary and Daniel wouldn't have realized Ollie was being abused. Or maybe they would have realized too late. So we can all agree Zara is a cat hero. Maybe Zara thinks Ollie is her baby and not just her best friend. Whatever her feelings are towards the little human, this cat has helped Mary and Daniel to solve the mystery about the nanny. Now, with a lot of love and care from his mom and dad, little Ollie is now a big boy. He's ready for any adventures that may appear, and Zara will be there to help him through his journey. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and smash that like button. We really appreciate your continuous support.